Quantum of the Seas has arrived in Los Angeles, but what is the big deal? Is this a ship you should be booking or skipping? Today we're diving in to see what Quantum of the Seas has to offer, and I'll share a few tips for your upcoming cruise. It's time to wake up. Good morning, I'm Steven, and welcome aboard this 168,000 ton ship with 16 decks and over 2,000 staterooms. From unique features like the SeaPlex and the 270 lounge to the North Star and so much more, there's plenty to explore. It's my second day aboard and we're at sea, so I feel like this is a great day to take a tour. The Royal Esplanade is the first place you'll step into when you come aboard. This is the heart of the ship. Not only do you find yourself crossing through here to and from your destination, but you'll want to come here for numerous amounts of reasons. First off, the food. Featuring 2 restaurants on deck 4 that are complimentary, we have Cafe Promenade, a small cafe with some quick bites to eat that's open 24 hours a day. It's also where you can find some complimentary coffee to help you stay awake during those 24 hours, but next door is Sorrento's Pizza. It's pizza, what can I say? Pepperoni, cheese, and a featured pizza that changes every day. You really can't go wrong. You're allowed to place order for whole pies here. Just talk to the server and they'll help you out with that. But this place definitely tastes better in the late nights, with it being open until 2 a.m. If you're looking for specialty delights, across the way is where you'll find La Patisserie, pastry, whatever the heck this place is called, but it's a small cafe that has specialty coffees and pastries for an extra charge. While it's not an official Starbucks, it does serve Starbucks coffee. If coffee really isn't your cup of tea, then maybe try one of the bars found here. Harp and Horn Pub is an English-style pub. If you're into sports, you'll want to head here since there isn't a truly dedicated sports bar on board. They typically have live games broadcasted on some of the TVs here, but this is also where you'll find some acoustic guitar in the evening. Boleros is the Latin theme lounge on board where you'll find a Latin themed band playing. On our cruise, they were phenomenal. Above on deck 5 is where you're going to find a bar that has robotic arms serving drinks to you. It was an interesting new concept that launched with this ship back in 2014. It's a great place to order a drink, take a picture of it being made, because those arms aren't shy. Down away on deck 5, you'll find this schooner bar, the sailing-themed piano bar. The pianist always knows how to keep a crowd entertained. If drinks aren't where you want to be spending money, then head back down to deck 4 to the many shops here in the Royal Esplanade. The Royal Shop is where I like to go to buy my ship models or any other Royal Caribbean shirts that you might be seeing me wearing throughout my videos, but it's really the only store I ever go to. They do have other luxury stores that sell watches, jewelry, designer items. Everything on board is tax and duty free, so that could be the incentive to buy here. If you ever run into a problem on board, visit guest services located here on deck 4, right besides the Royal Shop. I hear complaints about cruises that could have simply been solved with a visit to guest services. Bring it to their attention, they'll be happy to help. Also, gone are the days are the paper cruise compasses. They want you to do everything through your Royal app. You can request a printed out version here at guest services, but honestly, it is better to use the Royal app. That way you can see scheduled activities and venues like here, the music hall, on deck 3 and 4. This multi-purpose venue, you can find trivias, games, and even live music. And in the evenings, if you're a late night partier such as myself, then this is where you're gonna find the club. Stepping up to deck 5, heading towards the back, we'll find this pathway with a few things along the way. This is where you're going to find Vintage's Wine Bar, where you can see wine tasting events. You'll want to book these in advance, or you can just come to grab a drink during regular hours. Here is the Next Cruise desk, which if you plan on booking another cruise, it is a great place to visit. The Next Cruise program allows you to combine its promotion with whatever promotions Royal Caribbean is currently offering, so a good way to get extra savings on a cruise that you're already planning on booking, though the best time to book a cruise is always right now because prices are constantly changing and it's better to lock in the rate before it increases. Just beyond is the Park West Art Gallery. They host art auctions on pieces every sailing. It's certainly an interesting aspect of cruising, one that I never fully got into, but I do like seeing art, and they do have some pretty cool pieces. And alas, as we continue to head to the back, we find the 270 Lounge. It's got floor-to-ceiling windows with a 270-degree view off the back of the ship. It's a fantastic place to head off during the day to catch lots of activities planned throughout here, or when nothing's going on, just a place to relax in peace. The cafe at 270 is open during the day, providing a great place to stop by to get specialty coffees or treats. Or on the complimentary side, they got salads and sandwiches, little bites. The Royal Kenilworth is my favorite across the entire fleet. I always love going to these cafes. It's a great place to stop in for your meals if you want something more grab and go, and it's typically not too busy, and with the massive 270 Lounge right there, there's plenty of space to grab a seat to eat. Later at night, the 270 turns into a theater, Starwater being the main show that's hosted here. We touched on this show on my first day aboard, so if you're interested in my full take, check out the video. But just taking a look at the venue, it's not standard stadium seating, so showing up early, getting a good place to sit is really important. My recommendation is either up front on a rail or up in the balcony above. The highlight of this show really is the technology with these robotic arm screens. There's tons of projections all throughout the venue. The windows go away at night and suddenly the back screen becomes projections. It's really cool for the technology, and the shows are very interactive and they come out and alive into the audience. So if you do go to the show, you're gonna want to make sure you have a good spot. There is more than just Starwater, because on the opposite side of the ship is where you're going to find the main theater, the Royal Theater, on decks 4 and 5. This is where you're going to find the Royal Caribbean production shows, along with any guest entertainment or headliners that happen to be coming aboard. Today, we're going to be focusing on the main show, Sequins and Feathers. That was Sequins and Feathers, a shortened version of it because I showed up late. My bad, do apologize, but it is the Las Vegas style show that they have aboard this ship. The singing, the dancing, all of it, amazing. Is it my style of show? Not really, it's not really my favorite. I don't like any of them on the Royal Caribbean fleets. Navigator of the Seas has it, Ovation of the Seas has it, and a few other ships have the similar shows. It's a different show compared to them, but they're all in that showgirl style, which it's Las Vegas style. I actually don't go to Las Vegas to see these shows, so I don't actually know if that's just how it is in Vegas. I really don't know. If someone can tell me that, that'd be great. Was it a good show? Yes. The crowd loved it. The singers were phenomenal. They hit those notes that, quite frankly, I could never dream to hit. And the dancers were all phenomenal, and it's not just because they're beautiful, but it's because they actually really do have some amazing talent and skill up there on that stage. So really great show. Maybe not for kids. I think this is actually a PG version, because I remember coming on this ship a while ago and having a version of this show that was way worse than what I saw today. So either Royal Caribbean's listening and realize that maybe they shouldn't have such risque things, but yeah, it's really just the costumes. Nothing bad about anything that's happening up on stage, just the costumes. I mean, showgirls, that's what it is. That's really it is. Is it for kids? They could maybe enjoy it. I wouldn't, I don't know, I'm not a parent, but either way, we saw it. It was a good show. So maybe not my favorite, though I am biased because my favorite show, Mamma Mia, which is a Broadway show, was originally launched on this ship. It has now since been replaced by Sequins and Feathers. The shows on this ship is probably one of the weakest points when compared to the other Royal Caribbean productions. However, there is one more show called Sonic Odyssey. We'll do a review on the last day's vlog, but spoiler, I actually like this show a lot. How big is Quantum of the Seas? I decided to head all the way to the back of the ship to test this out. Starting a timer, I'll be walking from the back all the way to the front. Now, I've seen lots of comments about how Quantum of the Seas is a small ship. Now, when compared to Oasis and Icon, I get it. But this ship is remarkable in its own sense. It is the largest to sail out of Los Angeles, and her arrival is evidence of Royal Caribbean starting to take the West Coast more serious. And if you want to book a cruise on Quantum of the Seas or any Royal Caribbean cruise and you don't have a travel agent, head to goodmorningadventure.com/book. No fees, no hassle, just expert help finding the best deal for your next adventure. So when you're ready to wake up somewhere new, let's plan your next adventure together. Let's completely shake things up by heading to the top decks. In the front of the ship, on deck 14, is where we're gonna find the Solarium, the adults-only pool area. This place is fully enclosed, and I love it because of the layer pool design. It's one of my favorite. There's tons of places to lay out and relax in here, and you'll have great views of the outside. Now, Royal isn't that strict with maintaining the 18+. They're not gonna really allow really young children to play around, but if your kids are crossing through, they're really not gonna enforce it unless there's a problem. But if adults only isn't your speed, then just behind is where you're gonna find the indoor pool. This is an all ages area, and while it does get a little warm in here, it is gonna be great for the colder winter seasons here in Los Angeles. We've got a main pool and 2 whirlpools. There's even a small pool in here for the really young kids, about like 1 foot deep. As we continue to head towards the back, we'll find ourselves outdoors to enjoy the outdoor pool. As you can see, it is busy here on a sea day, but there's still plenty of space to kick back and relax. If not on 14, step up to deck 15 on the sky deck that surrounds the pool deck from above. There is a movie screen out here, so at night you'll find some of the movies under the stars. They change the movies every night and every sailing, so you have to check the app 4 times. There is a main pool out here, a couple of whirlpools, and then there's the H2O zone, which has a wave pool for very young children. It's definitely a little unique on this ship, and when rougher waters kick in, feels like the wave pool part is a little redundant, but I'm sure the kids are having a blast when they're in here. You can see the crown of the pool deck, the North Star observation pod, which is a fun and unique way to see the ship and the surrounding areas, oceans, or ports that you're in. It's free in port, but it does cost extra on sea days. You'll have to make a reservation in advance. For the complimentary, you're gonna have to make them while on board. It should be the first thing you look into as soon as you step on board. Hop on the Royal Caribbean app. Then for sea days, they have the extended flight time, which does cost extra, but it does take you 300 feet above sea level, which is kind of scary if you think about it. And maybe you'll want a drink. And down on deck 15 is the North Star bar. All the seats out here are first come, first serve, by the way. A little less scary than the thought of those heights on the North Star. And just below that is the Sky Bar. And around the corner is the ice cream machine. which is complimentary. For the most part, there is a line here, and hey, what can you say? Free ice cream, all you can eat. Of course it's gonna be busy. If you're hungry, there is a restaurant here on the pool deck, and it's called the Noodle Shop, but it's also called Splash Away Cafe. Kind of confusing. It offers complimentary chicken tenders, mini hot dogs, and french fries. And for an extra charge, it has Chinese dishes such as fried noodles, wonton soup, fried rice, and a few other things. The long story short here is that the restaurant was added for when the ship was in the Chinese market, but since coming back to North America, they didn't change the physical design of the restaurant, so they just changed the menu. But either way, this place is really busy throughout the day, so that's got to be an indicator of something, I'm sure. Enough about that, let's step indoors to deck 15, the SeaPlex. This is one of the best parts of the ship. It's an indoor sports complex, has such a wide range of activities found here. Bumper cars is a big one, but they have laser tag, roller skating, and of course just normal sports such as basketball and volleyball. Everything here is free, but the laser tag and roller skating does require a reservation. You could book that in the Royal Caribbean app. On the upper decks of the SeaPlex is a few pods where you can find some ping pong tables, which is nice because the outdoor ping pong tables, the ball always tends to fly away. And then there's also a few arcade games, or there's even the Xbox pod, which is kind of random, but it is complimentary. All you have to do is check in at the SeaPlex desk, and you can borrow a controller for free. They do have limited times, and they have you swap, but honestly, it's kind of cool. Younger me loved the idea of Xbox being on Quantum of the Seas. After some fun, if you're hungry, this is where you're gonna find the SeaPlex Doghouse. They've got hot dogs and different kind of sausages to try out. It's complimentary and one of my favorite places to visit to grab a quick bite to eat. Stepping out of the SeaPlex on deck 15 is where you're gonna find the polar bear statue. Each Quantum class ship has a different animal, and I just kind of felt like pointing it out for fun. Next to it is actually the rock climbing wall, a signature Royal Caribbean activity. Just keep an eye out for open times. And then just next door is the check-in for the Flow Rider and iFly. Ripcord by iFly is a skydiving simulator, and it was broken on my sailing, which is kind of lame, but I've heard it should be fixed soon, probably even by the time this video is out. I use the footage from my previous sailing, but the activity is complimentary on port days, with sea days costing extra. Same thing like the other activities, you have to make a reservation in advance, and it should be the first thing you look into when you step aboard. Check in on the Royal Caribbean app or visit here at the desk and they'll be able to help you out. It's honestly one of the coolest things you could do on a cruise, so take advantage of it when it's open. Flow Rider is right here as well, and for this sailing I decided to try booking a group lesson. It did cost a little bit extra, but Flow Rider is free to try, and it's a popular activity across the entire fleet. It has boogie board and stand-up surf. The stand-up portion is a bit harder. You do have to pass a test proving your capabilities for them to let you do it, so that's why I decided to try a lesson. If you're like me, paying for a lesson is the only chance you'll ever get to get good at stand-up surf. It cost me $50, and honestly, was it worth it? I think so. I had a great time. I wish they gave me a little bit more time than what I did get, but it is getting me closer to be able to do stand-up. The sun has set, and now it is time for my favorite part, dinner. You're gonna want to find the main dining room on deck 3 and 4 in the aft of the ship. There's 4 restaurants: Silk, American Icon, The Grand, and Chic. Each dining room has its own design, but the menus are same across the restaurants. Some people like going on this ship and wanting to try every restaurant, but in reality it doesn't make a difference other than it's something new to look at every night. The main dining room is complimentary and the menus do change every night. You can either have traditional dining with an assigned dining time with early at 5 p.m. or late at 7 p.m. or you can have my time dining, which you can make a reservation for in advance for any time you want. I do recommend making a reservation. That way you can speed up the process of getting in and out of the dining room. If you're unsure of what you have, check your Royal Caribbean app or check your SeaPass card and it will tell you, and if you're on traditional, it'll even tell you your table number and your time. The dining room is great and all, but I wanted to showcase something a little different. Welcome to the Salrium Bistro on deck 14. This is a complimentary buffet during breakfast and lunch, and for dinner as well, it is still complimentary and still a buffet, but reservations are required. It's a sit-down restaurant at dinner where they provide you a menu, but it's still serve yourself. You have to go up and grab the dishes from the buffet. It's kind of weird, but kind of cool at the same time. They do small dishes that you can try out, and the menu here stays the same every night. But let me just say, the quality is a step above than just the normal buffet. I enjoyed everything I had here, and it was a lot of food. My recommendation is the salmon. Definitely spend a night here because it is truly worth a visit. Alternatively, we have the Windjammer buffet across the ship. It's the main buffet, and it's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I never really had the chance to eat here on this sailing. It has a good range of different foods here, and the menu is always changing every day, so you won't really get too bored of it. For dinners, they do follow a similar menu as found in the main dining room, so if you were trying to dodge a menu, this place really isn't going to be it. Of course, at this time, it's dark, and it's not as crowded during the dinner hour, so the convenience could be really great, but be warned, during sea days, at breakfast and lunch, the Windjammer can get quite busy, even with all the seating. If you're willing to spend extra, there are 4 specialty restaurants aboard this ship: Chop's Steakhouse, Izumi's Japanese and Sushi, Jamie's Italian, and the unique Wonderland. All these restaurants are across deck 5. They all cost extra, but one of these restaurants we'll be trying tomorrow. Stay tuned to find out. With how much food is on board a cruise, you may be unlike me and want to go to the gym. You can find that on deck 16 forward. Welcome to the Vitality at Sea Spa and Fitness Center. It's got plenty of cardio equipment, some weights, and machines with views of the ocean in front. A place that I don't ever cover much, but I definitely should go much more. And one deck below is where you're gonna find the actual spa portion of the spa and fitness center. On the contrary, somewhere I go way more than I should, Casino Royale on deck 3. If you're looking to make a generous donation to Royal Caribbean, here is a great place to do it. You'll find the casino is closed while in port, but always open while at sea, and actually open until really late into the evening as long as they have action happening. They have a wide variety of slot machines and table games, everything from blackjack, roulette, craps, 3-card poker. The casino bar is here, and it's typically one of the latest bars open at night, so if you're looking for a late night drink, this is your best chance. The casino has a designated smoking and non-smoking sections, but there is no divider, so it does tend to get a little bad. If you want to cross through and avoid the smoking areas, the guest hallways act as a great bypass on either side on deck 3, so you don't have to change decks for that. And with that, that does bring us to the end of our tour. There is one more party I wanted to cover, the One Hit Wonder Party. And if you had to guess, where do you think this party is being held? Welcome back to 270 for the One Hit Wonders Party.
I see you there! Sing it together! Everybody together! Let's go party! The best cheerleading squad on the 7 seas! Take one, 2 ladies! Let's go! What's ahead? What's going on? 8675309 8675309 Now I know call! Who you gonna call? There you go, there. Ghostbusters! Go get him, boys! It's raining men! Hallelujah! It's raining men!
Alrighty, we just finished up with the One Hit Wonders Party, which, by the way, it's a really cool party. As far as entertainment, I love the Royal Caribbean parties. It kind of has that good mix of just pure dance party and also production. You could just watch, and there's some really funny gags that they did in that party, but a lot of people were dancing, having a great time. The 270 venue, it could be a little bit bigger for a dance floor, but other than that, is a really good venue because it gives a good mix of being able to just sit there and enjoy it, and also being out on the floor. It's a pretty good dance floor, I think. I didn't actually dance, I just kind of watched. But you know, I'm really glad that this party is here on this ship because it's just fresh. There's just new things going on. Navigator's been here for so long. Ovation was here and they kind of ran the same 70s, 80s party, nothing new. And then now they brought the one-hit wonder party aboard Quantum. It kind of feels like they're just stepping up a little bit more. It's actually a dance party that comes from Icon of the Seas, and I have seen it on that show, but we've never actually officially made an Icon of the Seas video yet. So that's why I can't just point and go say, hey, go watch that video. But it's pretty much the same dance party and it's really good. I'm glad that they brought it. They did a really great job with that one. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great song choices, and just so many like fun things to do with it, I think. But I guess that brings us to the end of the evening. We're on our way towards Mexico, Ensenada, as always. And oh my gosh, is it a little windy. I hope you enjoyed this video, the review and tour-esque kind of thing. I know I wasn't in it that much, not that much vlogging, but a lot of talking, narration, reviews, and thoughts. Let me know what you think. Would you sail on this ship? Comment down below. I'll tell you, give you a heads up that I'm definitely coming back aboard. In fact, we're coming for New Year's. So if you want to join us on that New Year's cruise, join us. We'll have a lot of fun together. But anyways, I think that's it for me today. As always, this isn't a goodbye, but just a see ya real soon.